Welcome to the Hanford Dixon Show. I'm Gabriella Cruz alongside the top dog. He's got his bright orange on today.
Hey, you like this shirt, huh?
Oh, I do. I love this shirt.
You know, I thought about you and Pat, and I thought about bringing a shirt just like this for you guys to wear. But knowing you and Pat, I know damn well you guys wasn't going to wear the shirt. So I didn't bring it. So now.
You had to be the brightest in the room.
I am the brightest in the room, baby.
A lot of fun things going on. Lipton was here. We had a lot of breaking news, NFL news-wise today, guys. A lot of fun.
Guys,
it's gonna be a great
speaking
show.
of...
We're going to get into it.
I know. Speaking of...
Get into that. There you go.
Lipton, boy, did they bring us some nice little gear today.
We got some fresh gear. Shout out to Doug from Lipton Hard Iced Tea. We really appreciate it. We're going to be swagged out this summer, and stay tuned. We got a little more for you coming your way, Lipton-wise. But, hey, how about, speaking of Lipton Hard Iced Tea, it's a great place to drink it. On the golf course, and I know you've been spending some time there, Hanford. How was your weekend?
Well, you know, it was good, and I first of all, I left Friday, and I drove about 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours to. You guys ever heard of Zeno, Ohio?
I have.
Am I pronouncing that right, Pat? Zeno? I think I am.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Well, I was in Zeno, Ohio, and guys, listen to this. This is funny as hell. So they put, it was myself, Felix Wright, and Eric Metcalf, and on Friday and Saturday. So they put us up at this little hotel in a little small town outside of Xenia. You know, shit, I was trying to think of the name of the place, but think of Mayberry.
Okay.
And I must have been 10 people in the town. And when I was driving to the hotel, I kept saying to myself, I said, well, it's just all of a sudden a big city or something is just going to pop up, because there's no way in hell I'm going to stay in this place. But yeah, we were in like a little hotel, and it was just like Mayberry. But then what we did was Friday night from 7 to 9, because we were there for the Xenia Browns backers.
Oh yeah.
And we went downtown, and they had about 20, 30 minutes away. They had, I think it was Buffalo Wild Wings, Buffalo, whatever it is, and we had a little thing there, and it was just so much fun. I mean, absolutely so much fun.
Yeah,
you know
look
what?
at the fellas, guys. Look at the fellas.
You know what? I'm a little bit upset, too, and you just made me think of it, Pat. I had a couple of pictures that they sent me, and I was going to send them to you, but it's too late now. We won't worry about it.
Don't worry,
but
Pat's on it.
The only reason why I was thinking about it, it was just this little girl. I think her name is... Maya, and she's about, maybe I want to say about 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
And she was the cutest little thing, and she's a big Browns fan already, and so that's what I love about a lot of the diehard Browns fans, because they take their kids and they grow up and they end up being Browns fans. But I never laughed so much, guys, in my life.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, just beating up on Felix and beating up on.
Oh yeah.
Looked
like a good time over there too. That's the Three Amigos.
Listen to this.
Metcalf was over there, right? Yep.
This is what I want you guys to look at. Zoom in on the table, and what do you see on the table?
No.
Zoom in on the table, Gab. What's that on the table?
Is that some merch?
It's some merch. It says the Hanford Dixon Show.
This guy.
I'm still waiting on mine, but all right.
Damn it! It's all I can't.
Where'd you come to get that?
Yeah.
Where did you get it from?
Don't worry about it.
And how do I not have
Don't
some?
worry about where
now.
the top dog got
now.
it from. I just
Didn't
want
ask
you
our
guys.
sizes. Didn't ask,
That is low down.
Getting any royalties?
That is low down. That is low down.
But I guarantee you, in Xenia, Ohio, right now, there's a lot of the Hanford Dixon Show. And then we got up early Saturday morning.
Okay.
And we went to the golf course and we played golf with them, and it was just packed. The only thing was, I say we got up Saturday morning. We didn't tee off until 2:00, and guys, let me tell you, it was hot as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a scorcher.
Still muggy out even today.
And then it was hot, but then again, they had spurts of rain, and it was just a long, long day. And then I stayed there 2 nights, and then I got up Sunday morning, and I was supposed to, you remember John Hughes, who played for the Browns? Remember, we've had him on the show here.
Oh, yeah.
And it was myself, Kevin Mack, Felix, Reggie Langhorne, and John. We played in another tournament. This was pretty much just right outside of Columbus. Probably was Columbus. And then after that, guys came home, but then we just ragged on each other. We had so much fun, and it was just so funny. And I just think of some of the things we were saying and doing and some of the shots we were hitting when somebody didn't hit a good shot, how we would rag on everybody. And it was just a blast. So to tell you, I'll just say this. I had a great time, and it was a great weekend. And hopefully a lot of people raised a lot of money for the different charities that was involved in the outing. So,
that's awesome.
Good stuff,
who do you think is the best golfer of the 80s era Browns? And you cannot say Hanford Dixon. Who do you think is the best golfer?
I would not say Hanford Dixon, because if I said Hanford Dixon, that would be a lie.
All right. He's self-aware.
I need one name. I need one name. Best golfer.
Brian Brennan.
Okay.
I'm going to say Brian Brennan. Brian Brennan's pretty good. But I have to tell you this now. If Kevin Mack is playing, Kevin Mack is a good golfer. I mean, he's just got that. Kevin's got the swing that I wish I had. I mean, he could just take it and he can just swing it, man. I mean, and me, I'll hit a good shot, but I don't play. You know, in order to be good at golf, you have to play. Yeah, you got to play. I mean, you can't just walk out there and think you know what you're doing, or you're going to play well if you haven't been playing. That's why my hat's off to those pros, man. For them to go out and play 4 solid rounds of good golf, you know how tough that is? I mean, that is really, really tough. And that's why those guys, I just take my hat off to them. Well, let me say this. God damn it, I'm upset right now. I mean, what the hell are the Guardians doing?
All right, we went hard pivot to the Guards. At least I thought we were going to go like women's sports, women's tennis, WNBA coming to Cleveland.
But you know.
I don't listen, Hanford. We're in a bit of a slump here, obviously. I was most disappointed about Saturday's game because the Guards finally, the lid came off for us offensively. We had like a 6-run 4th inning, and then just kind of imploded, and you hate to see it. I don't know the magic potion to get these guys together, because if our offense is there, our defense or our pitching isn't showing up, and if our pitching is doing solid, our offense isn't doing so great. They had that players only meeting, which I think for a clubhouse like ours would be beneficial. I don't know, maybe it takes a little time for that to take shape and sink in, but I don't know.
Let me ask you guys a question. You can't win if you don't score. Would you guys agree to that?
I've heard it, yeah.
Okay.
I think you got to score runs.
When you look at this team has been shut out 10 times this year.
Hanford.
10 times. I think that's second most in MLB. That's the second. I mean, that record. I mean, that's crazy. You can't win if you don't score any runs. And bring it back. Bring it back. Who am I talking about?
Oh boy, I know who it is.
Bring it
back. I got it.
Bring
Big
it back.
Christmas already.
Big Christmas. You got to bring it back.
You want Big Christmas?
I want Big Christmas back up here.
You might get him. You might get him soon, because Jonathan Rodriguez has been horrible in right field. He's had like 3 errors in 2 games over the weekend. I would much rather have John Kenzie, because I mean he can at least give you something. But
I was surprised Top Dog didn't have a take on some of the younger guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's what everybody's
the young pups.
saying. But I think it's difficult, Pat. What do you think? I think at a time like this, it would be hard because you got to be able to get these guys playing time. I don't know if it would be a reasonable thing to take them out of playing every day to come up and then maybe, I think that's the dance that's probably keeping them down.
Oh, for sure. And the hard part, too, I think, is like the sunk cost fallacy, where it's like David Fry was an all-star at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
He made the all-star game because he was hitting unbelievably.
Right.
But just because he did it last year doesn't mean it is repeatable, and you need to shoehorn him into the DH spot. Kyle Manzardo needs to get those at-bats. Big Christmas could get those at-bats, but all of a sudden you're hamstringing yourself because you got to have David Fry at the DH spot because he can't play the field. Austin Hedges gives you nothing at the plate.
Right.
Bo Naylor has been really struggling.
Right.
Gabriel Arias just went down with a sprained ankle, which I thought was fractured. I couldn't believe it wasn't broken. So we avoided that one there. Luckily, maybe Brian Rocchio can give us something, guys, but
we got to muscle through these growing pains.
But
that's the reality.
But guys, that's a stat. I'm telling you, the second most shutouts in MLB.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely.
Did you see Sonny Gray's performance?
No, what?
I mean, the dude is 35, and he's still getting out there playing at an
That was what, Friday,
level.
right?
I think it was Friday night. And you can't even, for that one, it felt a little less bad because it was sunny gray, and it was like, we're still seeing a real gem out of this guy. And for someone who's had such a sustainable elite career for as long as he has, and, I thought it was kind of fun, not fun isn't the right word, but who's caught sunny gray the most?
Who?
Our manager, Stephen Bowe.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure the last shutout that Sonny had was back in Cleveland like 10 years ago.
Yeah, doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
He has our number. Whenever he plays against Cleveland, has our number. But honestly, Hanford, too, it's funny because the comparisons they were giving was Greg Maddux because he threw under 90 pitches. It was 89 pitches, complete game shutout. That, hasn't happened since basically Greg Maddux, to be honest with you. It was a Corey Kluber type run where he's just dotting inside, outside, up, down, doesn't matter where it was. Like 2 hits, I think it was on Friday, just embarrassing.
And in that case, though, you got to give credit where credit is.
Of course, he was dominant, but also our lineup helped him be dominant. That's for sure. Unfortunately.
Well, real quick, we got to talk about it. You brought it up about the coming back to Cleveland.
Oh, we will. We'll tease it.
Okay.
We got to take a break. We'll be back with that big news, WNBA news, right after this. Thanks for watching the Hanford Dixon Show. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. It is time for our Browns headlines brought to you by our friends at Northeast Factory Direct. Whether you're remodeling your kitchen, updating your furniture, freshening up your patio, or looking for a new mattress, I know those are all very different things. Northeast Factory Direct has it all. This is the place for you. They don't have fancy showrooms, no high-pressure salesmen, just high-quality items at great prices. And it gets even better for our listeners. Just click the link on our socials and fill out what you're looking for, and we'll hook you up with that Hanford Dixon bonus.
Special bonus. Same thing, Gab.
The top dog bonus, they're going to give you a little something extra. You can visit them today in Cleveland, Euclid, Macedonia, or North Canton, or you can check them out online at northeastfactorydirect.com.
I like that bonus, though.
Yeah, we love that we're giving the people a bonus.
That's right. Always here to serve.
Yeah, but I know I said it early in the show, but that hat, I'm starting to feel that hat now. That's a cool hat.
We're both a little
Good
bright
summertime
today.
hat.
And Pat's got the bright red shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys...
We're just trying to look for the bright spots here as we look at our Browns news.
You know why? Because we're all getting excited because, boy, it's getting close. Before you know it, we'll be in training camp. So give me some news, Gab.
Yes,
what are you talking
about?
about?
So here's the latest, and I know you heard about this, but the Browns cutting Obo Okoronkwo this week just released him. Are you a little surprised by that or the timing of it?
You know what? I was really surprised because, and I'm not, a lot of people would say that that's pretty much all about money, all about how much he was going to make this year. I thought they really depended on Obo. I thought he was going to be a major part of that defense, especially of that defensive line. I think when you look at it, though, you look at some of the moves they've made, especially, let's talk about when we started this whole thing with the 5th overall pick. We drafted this kid, Mason Graham, out of the University of Michigan. And he's a guy that's going to step right in. I guarantee you're not going to make him wait. He's got to step in. He's got to start right away. And I think he'll be okay. I really do. I was a little bit upset, as I talked about, when we decided to take him. But now he's a part of this football team. He's a part of us. So everybody have to like him. Also, I think they're going to look, we were talking about it a little bit on the air, and I know Pat said something about a lot of the young players that they're probably going to depend on a lot of those guys. I think they are because you remember Hall Jr.?
Yep.
I mean, he's a guy. This is his second year. I can't remember where the hell he went to school at.
Oh, I think you're right.
I mean, I can't remember, but
I don't know.
Oh my God, I know you.
I don't know.
And Gab is over here screaming at me. The Ohio State University. That's what she want to make me remember. But on a serious note, this kid is not bad. I mean, he's not bad, and he's all his problems. He's gotten those behind him, and I think he's going to come in here and he's going to be raring and he's going to be ready to go. This kid, he's learned about everything, I'm pretty sure, and I'm telling you, he want to come here and show everybody he's the player. We got a kid right.
Yep, Alex Wright.
Alex Wright on that defensive line. He's another one that I think is going to be, I think we're going to be okay. And, guys, we ain't even talking about the anchor of that line. I mean, he's not a young pup, but Myles Garrett. I mean, and Myles, I know, is going to take all these young guys under his wings, and he's going to get them ready to go. So I'm pretty excited about our defensive line, where we're going. But I still have to say I was a little bit thrown off a little bit when Obo, when he was not going to be on this squad. Gab, looking at this defense, okay, we drafted a kid the second round. This kid's named Carson
Schlesinger.
Nailed it. We had some names today, guys.
Pronunciation or anything. Schlesinger.
She nailed it. She hit it right on the head.
It's a cool name.
But it's funny because this kid, like JOK, we know that JOK, we really don't know. We don't think we're going to have him this year.
I don't think he's going to be here all year.
And I think that was one of the reasons why we drafted this kid. And, guys, here's something that's very, very interesting. The Browns are starting to become a football team, that will guarantee contracts.
Contracts, yeah.
I mean, when you look at this kid, I think this kid signed I think it was about $11.8 million contract. And listen to this, all of it. Every single penny of it was guaranteed. He's the second non-first round pick in the National Football League to get a guaranteed full contract. And, I guarantee you look at the other teams, they're not liking that right now. But thinking of this guy is a lot like JOK, meaning speed, because you guys know that's why we like JOK, because he can rush the quarterback, he can cover people coming out of the backfield, and he was just a phenomenal athlete. This kid, he is supposed to be pretty much like JOK. So it's going to be interesting to see how this defense and everything and see what happens. What do you think, Pat? I know I could tell when you have something on your mind.
It's no crazy because I always cut Gab off immediately. But the interesting one,
I'm still overthinking how I said Schlesinger. I'm like, I was a little heavy. I didn't do the enough.
It's funny though because imagine that cursive signature, right? Because he's only one of two NFL second-round picks. If you look right here, he's only one of two NFL second-round picks to have been signed this year. 30 of 32 second-round picks from this very draft in April are still unsigned. That blows me away, guys. And honestly, too, because you talk about Shamar Stewart over in the Bengals, we got Carson Schlesinger, inked his contract in there, ready to get the work done. Nobody else is doing that. I love it for this defensive line group.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I like? When I was out there, I was sitting there, I was talking to Stefanski, and one word that he used with me was fly under the radar.
Okay.
And
that's a few words.
And I liked when he said fly under the radar because, and I'm going to put my definition on that. He didn't say this, but I'm going to say this. I think what they're going to do is everybody's going to underestimate the Cleveland Browns because we know the talent is there. We know that this is a better than a 3-14?
Yes, sir.
We know this is better than a 3-14 team. This team, I think, is going to fly under the radar.
You've been saying it.
And we are going to come out and we're going to play our butts off. We're going to win a bunch of games this year, and I think we're going to make the playoffs. So
Stefanski said that to you, or you said
no. This is me. This is me talking now. Of course, he didn't say that. He just used the word "fly under the radar."
I like that.
I like that word.
Yeah, and I'm taking that was something he said. So I'm taking that and I'm running with it. I'm putting my own little spin on it. So that was just me.
All right, we like that. We like that take, and we're taking that energy into our next break, Pat. We're going to be back with a little bit more Hanford Dixon show right after this. Thanks for watching.
No, you can't go yet. You're breaking my heart. What about that women's basketball?
Oh, we'll get there.
You guys are killing me. Take me to the break then.
We told him we got to move it to the end, and he's got to bruise us about it. Okay. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. We're going to go around the AFC North, brought to you by our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just two flavors, classic, light lager, and lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell Garage Beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com. I want to let you guys know I did try a garage beer, the lime one, finally over the weekend at a family gathering. We were celebrating Bree's birthday on Sunday, and I got to try the lime flavor. Not bad. Good summer beer.
Pat,
great summer beer.
Check it out.
Pat,
what you got, Top Dog?
Did you hear that? You know how she got that garage beer? She didn't go to the store and buy one.
Oh, it was comped?
Well, you know.
No, we made our investment into the Kelsey brothers.
There it is.
Yeah, we went ahead.
Travis and Taylor sent her the beer.
Wow.
They said, they said they watched the show. They they liked the Top Dog and Gab.
We're our top viewers.
And they sent they sent you the beer. So you liked it, really?
No, I thought it was good. I hadn't tried the lime one before. And it might not be everybody, it's a specific taste, but sure. I thought it went down real easy and it was a nice refreshing beer.
Now, how many flavors do they have, guys?
Just two.
Just the two?
Have you been listening to the read at all?
Okay.
I think it's just selective.
Okay. I hear you.
He's a silly guy. Hanford, okay, so real quick, we're around the AFC North. The Steelers' big trade. What did you think about this, trading Minka Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith?
I was a little bit shocked when I heard of the trade, first off, because Fitzpatrick is pretty much the cornerstone of that defense. He's the glue back there. He's the thing that keeps everything going, and he's like that quarterback on offense. He's that quarterback on defense. And I thought, when I look at it and I see who got the best of this trade, I don't know, because when you look at the Steelers, here's what they got. Okay, they got Jalen Ramsey. They got Smith, the tight end. And then they got in 2027, they got a 7th round pick. And then you look at the Dolphins, they get Fitzpatrick, and they get a 5th round in 2025. And I think the Steelers are doing what they could do to try to help Aaron Rodgers. They're trying to give him some more weapons. And then guys, what a lot of people don't know and probably already know is the Steelers were negotiating with Smith before the trade was complete. I mean, they wanted to make sure they signed this kid. But I just think it's more weapons for I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be better. I think it also made the Miami Dolphins better, because when you look at the Steelers right now, they have Ramsey and they also have Slay, talking about the two corners. And that's going to help their defense, obviously. But they have to sign TJ. If that defense is going to come and play like they should play, they have to sign TJ. They have to get him going. But I kind of, I think both teams, both of them did okay with this trade.
Yeah, do you think it's championship or bust this season in Pittsburgh? Aaron Rodgers, it looks like it's going to be a one and done. He said that this will pretty much be his last year.
Well, and I think I heard someone talking about it. They was talking about Mike Tomlin. He's all in this year, and if he doesn't win this year, I mean, he's out of there. I said, you're crazy. I said, if I'm not mistaken, they just signed him to an extension or a new contract. It's one of the two, which is basically the same thing. He just signed a new contract, and I don't think Mike Tomlin is going anywhere. See, one thing the teams in the AFC North understand and realize is that you can't stay put. You have to get better, because each team in the AFC North, you got obviously the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have to get better if you're going to be able to compete in that conference. And everybody is making moves right now. So training camp is getting ready to start, and I'm so excited, because I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And not just in the National Football League, but mainly in that AFC North, because that is, you know exactly where I was going with that thing.
Speaking of other AFC North news, I wanted to ask your opinion about the Bengals staying in Cincinnati. The Bengals in Hamilton County have agreed to a tentative deal that would keep the team at Paycor Stadium through 2036. And, with all the stadium talk we've had about the Browns this offseason, do you like that the Bengals are staying in
Look at that big number with a B,
stadium?
By the way, Hanford. $1.25 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. Incredible.
Wow. I think the Bengals are looking at it, and they're looking at it and see where, they've given the state of Ohio has given the Browns all this money, or create money, making money for the Cleveland Browns, and said, hey, what about us over here? Right. We're also we're a little bit farther down south, but we're also in Ohio. And what are you guys going to do about us? Boy, they need a new stadium too. They need to renovate that stadium. So I think it's good that they're staying in Ohio, in Cincinnati. You know what I kind of wish though. And people can say what they want to say. The Cleveland Browns, I wish and I kind of hope that they would have stayed in downtown Cleveland. But I get it. It's okay. I don't care where you put them in Ohio. I'm still going. This is the game. I'm still going to be there. I'm still going to watch them. I'm going to be right there front and center rooting for the Cleveland Browns. And you know what? I think everybody was a little bit upset. But I think once this new stadium and all come about, I think people are gonna just learn to appreciate it, but because one thing I would definitely say by watching Jimmy and Dee Haslam, when they do something, it's not that they just doing it on a flim. I mean, they think about it. They they're
putting their all into
it. Right. You know exactly what I was thinking. They put their all into it. So.
They just put their $76 million, was it?
Put their money where their mouth is a little bit for the Haslams. It does frustrate me though, guys, because we talk about the $1.25 billion for the Bengals, the Columbus Blue Jackets, $400 million in upgrades. To me, guys, all of these places are staying put where they are in the Arena District in Columbus, downtown Cincinnati, right next to the Red Stadium, right down there by the banks. It's a beautiful area. It keeps that money in downtown, in the city proper. I understand there was rumors that the Bengals were going to move further out of Hamilton County and it would stay in the county, kind of like the same argument the Browns had. Yeah. Really frustrates me, though, that this goes back to Modell in 99 because Modell needed so badly for the Browns to have their own stadium down by the lakefront where old municipal stadium.
They wouldn't help him.
They wouldn't do it. That's the thing, though, is he wouldn't agree to the Gateway deal either, though, because the Jacobs Field was built in 1994. It was opened in 1994, I guess you should say. But we could have had all of this right here in a 3-block radius with Browns, Cavs, and Guards. And it's just such a disappointing thing for it to be away, siloed away, like right by the airport, weirdly, with like the RTA. I get it. The buses can run, all this other crap. But like, it's just such a different feeling going to a game outside of downtown. I know Ryan and the guys on the Big Factor were talking about how there's nothing to do downtown here anymore. That's because the Browns didn't invest anything. The city didn't invest anything. They put you in a freaking parking lot just to drink all day before the game. Like, what are you going to do if you can't do anything with that?
Well, I think they lost their mind if they say there's nothing to do downtown. There's a lot to do downtown. So I don't know where they've been or where they've
been boogalooing downtown for years.
Where they're going. But you talked about the Cleveland Browns and Art Modell. Here is the story that I get. The reason why Art Modell moved, I don't blame Art Modell. A lot of people want to give Mr. Modell a hard time. I blame the city, okay, because he was trying, just like you said, trying to get a new stadium for a long, long time. They took away his tenant, the Guardians, okay? They took away them, and when you look at it, Mr. Modell was one of those owners. You know, a lot of the owners today, they don't just have the franchise. They have their outside business. They're coming in, man, and they're already loaded with a lot of money. Mr. Modell, pretty much, his money was coming from the football team, the Cleveland Browns. But one thing you have to give him credit for, when he left the name, and he pretty much, helped with that Modell law. He was a great guy. I mean, he
helped with the Modell law. Well, we had to make a law in his name to not move the fucking team. But that doesn't mean he's helping with the law.
Let me ask you a question then.
It's so interesting.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm just regurgitating what my parents are saying. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
What you got?
Did he leave the name and the colors here?
Yes, he did, but that doesn't mean...
Could he have taken that with him?
He could have, but it's worse when they won the Super Bowl in 2000.
So if he...
With Ozzie Newsome.
Let me ask you a question. If he had taken the name and the colors with it, what would we be called right now?
I don't know. We wouldn't have a football team in this town.
It wouldn't be the Cleveland Browns.
It wouldn't be the Cleveland Browns, but it should have been because we fought for the team. I mean, I was 3 years old. I'm not saying that. Like, my parents were doing this, but like, they fought to get the team back. They wanted the Browns name to stay there the whole time. Yeah. I understand. Like, it's such a difficult one because like
it's
you were living through it.
It's tough.
Yeah, this is a topic that ruffles a lot of
feathers. Yeah, ruffles a lot of feathers, man.
It's interesting to hear that the former players have this take, though.
Would you think? Do you think that a lot of your fellow players hold the same opinion?
I really do.
I know Bernie does. He's talked about it.
A lot of people, when they talk about Art Modell, let me tell you, he was a great man. I mean, he would do whatever he can to help you. I mean, he was just a great, great owner, and I just felt so bad when he. And I'm not gonna get into the other part. There was some heavy shit going on there, dog. Where I'm not even gonna go there. Because you see who ended up owning the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of. I mean, I think we better take a break on this one, Gab. I'm getting out before.
We're getting in the weeds now.
Yeah.
We better for safety. So this probably isn't even a good segue for our last AFC North team to talk about the Ravens.
Hey, the Steelers never moved. So what are you gonna do? The Roonies never moved the Steelers out of Pittsburgh. But sure, go ahead, guys.
I'm not saying a word.
We're taking a break. Thanks for watching the Hanford Dixon Show. We'll be back with more drama and action right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show, or as we say now, the Gilligan's Island Browns edition. Thanks to our friends at Lipton Hard Iced Tea for the new swag. It looks like Hanford's enjoying the hat, so is Pat.
That's your way of telling me that you like the hat that Pat and I wear.
I think we're stepping.
I feel like it was looking real good minus the headphones. But hey, you guys do you. This is your fashion statement.
You guys just
Shout out Lipton for real.
guys just don't understand. I do everything to try to get Gab to wear headphones, and she would not do it. She refused to wear those headphones.
It's too many cranial accessories on a day like today. I got my hair and my hat, and it's hot in the studio. Something's got to give.
Shout out Lipton, though.
Yeah, we appreciate Lipton.
Yes.
The other thing is, just so the people know, you can visit your local retailer who sells Lipton Hard Iced Tea to enter and win some golf swag, or even have a chance to win the grand prize of golfing with Jimmy Hanlon. We've been talking about it a little bit, but he's a great teacher and a really fun time. So that's your grand prize.
I probably should go see Jimmy too. I mean, my game. I'll hit.
You and I both.
I'll hit 2 good balls, and then I'll probably hit 7 bad ones. I just my patience are just getting really thin with this golf thing. But I love it. I'll be right back out there probably tomorrow playing a little bit. But thank you, Lipton. We appreciate it.
That's what all the true golfers do. They just get right back out there. It's another day on the course. All right, gang. The Lipton Hard Iced Tea, hard-hitting question of the week. We touched on it a little bit here, but do you think that trade that the Steelers made changes their outlook for the season? Or how dramatically do you think it changes their outlook?
I think it changes their outlook because if you look at them, with the team that they had last year, they still made the playoffs. I mean, the Steelers are a good football team. And whenever you add some pieces to that team, obviously they get better. And it all starts with their coaching. I mean, they have one of the best coaches in the National Football League in Mike Tomlin. And I think the big question for them is whether or not they're going to be able to get anything out of Jalen Ramsey. Because when you look at him, guys, he's been in the league a long time. I mean, and to be on that corner that long is tough because you got to go against those young wide receivers that obviously are just coming in right out of college, and those guys are coming in running like a 4.3, some of them a 4.2 40-yard dash, and I'm telling you, that is fast, and if you blink, they're by you. So that's going to be interesting, but I think also they got another weapon for Aaron Rodgers. So, when I knew the Steelers were really going to had a deal or something with Aaron Rodgers that they wouldn't tell anybody about, when they passed Sanders. When they passed Sanders up, I said, oh, man, Aaron Rodgers is definitely, they're going to rent him for a year. And I think Aaron Rodgers, guys, he came out and made the statement saying this is pretty much going to be his last year. So after this year, he's going to retire. So, and I don't think they're through making moves. I think they're going to make some more moves. But to answer your question, I think this is good for them. I think they're really going to be able to compete in the AFC North, but I still think the team in the AFC North is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're going to be the team for that's going to set the benchmark for the rest of the teams in the AFC North, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But again, every team in the AFC North have a possibility that maybe they can make it the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
how would you rank the AFC North right now?
I think when you look at it, I think number one you got to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I think they are the number one. Right now, if you look at it, I think Cincinnati Bengals is going to be 2.
Really?
I think Pittsburgh is next, and then I think the Cleveland Browns. But I don't think the Cleveland Browns is going to – I don't think there's going to be that much separation between all the teams in the AFC North, because I think every one of them, they're going to be good this year. And that's why I don't – I think all of them had a chance to make the playoffs. So that's the way I put the whole thing.
And that's the Lipton Hard Iced Tea from Hanford Dixon. Just another shout out to our friends at Lipton Hard Iced Tea for all the cool swag. And don't forget about your chance to win the grand prize of golfing with Jimmy Hanlon. And be sure to check out all your local retailers who sell Lipton Hard Iced Tea. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show. This next segment presented by our friends at Smart Choice Windows. If you've been thinking about upgrading your home this spring, look no further than Smart Choice Windows and Smart Choice Bath. Smart Choice Windows is running a great deal right now. You know what it is, Hanford. Buy 2 windows.
Get 2 free.
You're going to get the 2 free. And it gets even better because they're offering 0% financing for 24 months. Or if you prefer, they also have a no down payment option with monthly payments as low as $199. Some restrictions apply. If your bathroom needs an update, the same great team at Smart Choice Baths has you covered, and right now they're offering a $1,500 off a brand new shower or tub this month. So if you've been putting off that remodel, now is the perfect time to go for it. If you're ready for quieter, more energy efficient windows or a bathroom that finally works for your life, make the call. Dial 440-WINDOWS or head over to smartchoicewindows.com and smartchoicebaths.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate today. Windows.
Windows.
I was sitting there laughing to myself because when you said that Windows, I had drifted off. I thought she was going to come and hit me with something. I said, "Oh, I was gone." Yep. I was just.
I'm gonna hit you over the head with a window.
I know it. It wouldn't be the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last. So it's okay.
This silly guy, Hanford. We got to talk about a couple of the teams. We were talking all AFC North here, and a question I meant to ask you is about a couple of teams here who haven't signed one of their key players yet.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals not signing Hendrickson yet, and the Steelers have not signed had anything signed for T.J. Watt, and who do you think between the two teams is going to be able to get a deal done first?
Boy, that's going to be tough because I know both teams have pretty much started talks again with these two guys. And they understand and they realize the important part of their defense, because you guys know one thing I always say, and people, I don't have to say it, everybody knows what I'm getting ready to say, the game is controlled on the offensive and defensive line of scrimmage. And I think when you look at it, I think TJ is not one of those guys that's going to hold out. I think he's going to come to camp. He'll come in and he won't be happy. Mm-hmm. He'll be unhappy about the whole thing. But then you turn around, you look at Trey. I definitely don't think he's going to come in without a new contract. He's just not going to do it. I could just tell he's that type of guy. And when you look at it, and again, it's crazy for the Cincinnati Bengals because they're throwing all that money around, but they're throwing it on the offensive side of the game. They've signed their big three already. Burrows and Chase and what's the other guy's name? I'm missing him.
T. Higgins.
No, Jamar. Oh. They've chased Jamar Chase. They've signed Higgins and Burrows. They've signed their top 3 guys, and they put a lot of money into those guys. But see, here's the problem: you got those guys. You got them where the offense where they can go out and score 30, 35 points a game easy. But again, they can't stop anybody. That's the problem. You need to go ahead and put. How can you go into the season without Trey when you can't stop anybody? They gotta bring him. They gotta get him going. So I think when you look at it, you look at the Cincinnati Bengals and the Steelers. I think it will hurt the Bengals because number one, Trey is not going to come in without a new contract, and then you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ, he will show up again, won't be happy. But I think the Bengals are the one that's really going to hurt themselves if they don't sign Trey to a new contract.
Because that's the biggest question is who's going to be affected if this doesn't happen.
And then again, you look at it. I mean, guys, Myles Garrett has pretty much set the bar for these guys. I mean, the Browns are coming and giving Miles all this money, and these guys said, hey, what about me here? What about me here? I may not be as good, but I'm right up there with him.
Right.
I mean, we're leading the National Football League in sacks. I mean, come on now, show me some love. And they have to show these guys some love. Guys, another guy, I know we're not talking about him right now, but there's another guy that's trying to get a new contract, Michael, for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, he's trying to get a new contract.
Parsons.
Yeah, Michael's trying to get a new contract too. So, I mean, that's enough. You might as well give him the money now, because if you wait, it's really doing nothing but going up. So you better sign him before Jared Jones signed Michael, because then you're going to pay more money. But I like it, though. Who would have thought that these guys making this kind of money right now?
I know. We every once in a while we come back to earth and we're like, can you believe the money, the dollar amounts we're really talking about? If you were Hendrickson, Hanford, if you were in Hendrickson's shoes, would you hold out? I know we're kind of comparing apples to oranges because of variables and maybe your old school mentality. But
I probably wouldn't hold out. I would let them know how unhappy I was, but I probably wouldn't hold out, because I would because you got your teammates that's really dependent on you too. And I just don't. I never thought that was the way, because I think if you come back in and you continue to perform at the level that you can, eventually they're going to get you signed. So I wouldn't hold out, to answer your question.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with more Hanford Dixon Show right after this. Welcome back to the Hanford Dixon Show, brought to you by Infiniti. Hanford, finally it's our moment to talk about the WNBA and how Cleveland is in this equation,
Let's
baby.
Go.
Oh, God damn it. It took you long enough to get to it. My phone is just going off. Felix Wright is just calling me. Leave me alone, God damn it. I'm trying to do my show, finish up here.
Flex is trying to talk WNBA.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Just a second, yeah.
But didn't we used to have a team here?
The Rockers.
Okay,
absolutely.
That's right.
I used to have all their gear. I'd go to basketball camps. I had like a cool jersey. I hope I can find all this stuff in my attic, but I don't even know. They haven't confirmed, Pat, if they'll keep the name.
Yeah, we don't have a name yet confirmed, guys, but we do know it is coming in 2027. It is coming to the land. There were 3 expansion teams: Detroit, Cleveland, and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So it's great news for the city.
Whoop.
And you know what? And I think that place will be rocking down there.
Oh, yeah.
I really think it'll be rocking, because one thing we know about Cleveland, regardless of what it is, they support the teams, the professional sports teams. So what do you say? Show up and show out, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I can't wait to watch them and watch them play. Who's your favorite play? Caitlin, you like? Would that be your favorite, Gab, right now?
Well, maybe as a byproduct of Caitlin, I have a girl crush on Sophie Cunningham.
Oh yeah. That's a good teammate. Speaking of good teammates,
That's a good teammate.
Sophie Cunningham stood up for her teammate.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the Big Factor last week. That was awesome, because Caitlin Clark got hard fouled basically, and Cunningham came in and laid the hammer down. That was awesome to see.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do too.
I don't know if you guys saw this on Sunday too, but Candace Parker just had her jersey number retired at Staples Center.
Wow.
And people don't remember like how good Candace Parker was nowadays, because she came in rookie of the year. I think she won a championship in her first or second year, I think it was, and then won like 12 or 13 years later. But having her jersey retired in LA makes sense.
But you know what makes me mad? This is what I don't understand. Why do they think or feel like they can intimidate Caitlin? Because she's not going for that shit. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I had to say that. She's not going for it. You could hard foul her. You could do whatever you want to. She's going to get up and she's going to give it right back to you.
Yeah.
And she's a good player. I mean,
you can tell she's turned a different corner lately.
Yeah.
I would say in the last month or so. She's really had to be stern and be assertive about getting ganged up on a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
And so her demeanor has changed a little bit. Not that she's developing this villain aura, but she has. Do you know what I mean, Pat?
Yeah, of course.
She's definitely coming out here like, hey, like even when she mouths to somebody, I'm not afraid of you or I'm not scared of you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like she has to be strong in herself to be like, hey, like I need to be able to stand up to these league bullies.
Yeah, she's never been one to shrink from the limelight.
Well, let me say this before we get out of here. Kaylin, you tell them to go straight to hell.
Yep.
Say, not only am I going to give it back to you, but I'm going to hit 3 right in your face. And I love it when she hit that three and she go, whoom, right at him, let him know that it's her.
Well, and she can. She's got the deep three ball.
Incredible.
Cheers to you, Caitlin, and all these other ladies in the league. Hey, we need to have these league bullies. We need to have
She'll
these
be a free agent when Cleveland joins the league, by the way. She'll be a free agent.
I mean, seriously, I think Dan Gilbert knows what he's doing. Thanks for watching the Hanford Dixon Show. We'll see you next week.